Parental, and welcome back to Bump Love. And believe it or not, we are finally at the end of the year. And on that note, Merry Christmas! Yes. Christmas is the most beautiful time of the year, at least for me. Yeah. I believe it should be for everybody. Yeah. And today on the show, we want to talk about everything Christmas with our families, our celebrations. Yeah. Oh my God, I really love Christmas. I can't contain myself. But before I jump off my seat, let's get the show on the road, right? Yeah, I think let's do this. We'll jump around afterwards. Yeah. So we want to talk about our Christmas traditions and what Christmas meant to us as we were growing up and how we celebrated it and the festivities, because Christmas is such a joyful time and you know. So what was Christmas like for you growing up?
So my memories of Christmas, so I'm just like you. I absolutely love Christmas. Like something happens between 30th November and 1st December. It doesn't matter what you've done to me on 30th November. 1st December, the air is cleaner, the sun shines brighter. When you open the windows, the air is cleaner. Like, I absolutely love it. I'm those kids. Yeah, I am those kids. So growing up for me, Christmas was such a happy time. So first of all, I grew up in Makerere, where lots of children, all of us being raised at the same time by everybody's parents. And so everywhere you went, it was Christmas. That Makerere was a place where there was all those Christmas trees. On our fences, we cut down fences. Our fence was full of Christmas trees. So on the 23rd, you'd wake up and you have a fence. On the 24th, you have another fence because the entire fence has been stolen. So we found that fun. Like, it was so much fun. And we'd be there the entire year looking at which branch of our own fence we would cut to be our Christmas tree. The balloons, do you remember those balloons? The big, huge thing that had balloons of different sizes? Oh yes. And you had to pick a number. Oh my God, in all those.
You go to the shop and then they'll tell you what number.
Which number? Thank you. You pick a tiny one. Which you can't blow, I know, right? I absolutely loved getting that. We used to think we used to get presents. I don't think we did. What the presents we used to get were the Christmas clothes we'd have to wear for the Christmas service. So that was the present. So Mommy and Daddy, please, I feel you cheated us, because what I'm going through now in this life is different. But anyway, so clothes for Christmas then were the next best thing. I was such a tomboy. I absolutely loved having pants and shirts and t-shirts, and of course my mom wanted me to have dresses, but that's okay. It didn't kill my Christmas spirit. I was still big on Christmas. We had Christmas cantatas at church, so that's the time when they would get the whole Sunday school to go in front of the church and we would sing off key, like we were in your dress. And then I absolutely loved being acting. We used to act those Christmas productions, and I was always happy to act Angel Gabriel because that was Mary, for what? She laughed. Does she have wings? Does she have a white dress? She has a pregnancy over what? No. Angel Gabriel, she had red lipstick, please. What are you saying? Oh my gosh. And then my dad was an artist, so he would make wings, like real fake wings. Like, guys, for me, Christmas, like when I remember what I went through, I'm just like, and to this day, I'm still like that. Yeah.
Wow. Christmas excited me growing up. Like for me, the songs, my mom would play the Christmas songs in the house all the time. Like I think from 1st December, so that mood would always be there. I had cousins that kept coming in, so it was a full house, and I used to love it when we were many in the house. The kakomera, we had to go and sight for the best. I don't remember. We didn't have a kakomera fence, but we would go and look out for the best tree. That's when the rich people with bukomera you would see them guarding their trees. We don't want to see anyone taking our trees. There's a point they even started charging for those trees. But it used to excite us when you put the tree in the corner of the sitting room. Then you go and get those balloons. the ballot, you want to look for the biggest, but man, I think they used to pull out, they used to pull out that ballot of the biggest balloon. They would pull it out before, so I would always get that tiny balloons, but it was exciting. We'd always ask for money. Can I get 100 shillings for balloon? You'd always go to like every single day to fill up the Christmas tree. So it was really exciting. That's what I remember about Christmas. The food.
Oh my God, the
food! Like you eat like you've never eaten before. You know, you're excited about soda like you've not seen it before. So the food. That's true. That's not true.
No, we used not to see it that often.
So soda was for Christmas.
On Christmas.
Man. So it was exciting. The clothes, like Manuela said, that was the present. Like, I don't have any boxes of this is a special gift. That card dress, and if you don't get it, and even our mothers, if you don't buy for her that dress for Christmas, she will not cook chicken. Very happy. So mommy and the kids needed those dresses for Christmas. Yeah, that's what I remember about Christmas. It's very exciting.
Wow. So I don't know if I was excited about Christmas like Rosette and Manuela, but I guess like Pumla was saying before we came on air that December is such a vibe, you know, like the year is coming to an end. And then I remember as kids, we always traveled to the village for Christmas. So for me, the road trip was exciting. Because when we go to the village, we were the kids from Kampala.
Wow.
Yeah? Yeah. We were the kids from Kampala. Our uncles would meet us and they'd be like, "We know Manya, like, do you know who I am? Come and greet me." And I mean, we hated that part because we're like, this uncle, he's so, right? But yeah, we were the kids from Kampala. And then my mom used to make us clothes for you guys. They used to buy for you. She used to sew ours.
Wow.
Yeah, so my sisters and I would wear the same clothes.
Oh, yes.
I remember, actually, I will share a picture if I get it for editing, just so you can show. But would have like, she'd make us like twinning. Yes, yeah. So we'd wear like the same skirts and tops and socks and shoes. So it was exciting to wear what she had made that particular Christmas. So I remember. What she made? So yes, I guess then we were still young. She used to pick out our clothes. It was fun to look the same and like sort of twin. So the road trip was always exciting. Like we packed like we were moving house, which was strange because there was a house in the village with like cups and stuff, but like we'd take food, would take like cereals, like we were the rich kids from Kampala. So the road trip was always exciting. And then our village is 6 hours from Kampala. We come from Rukunjiri, so that, you know, seeing things on the road and buying chicken on the road. Yes. So that was always exciting. And of course, you know how it is in the village. When you cook food, you're cooking for like, so breakfast in the morning, my mom always prepared breakfast and it was a buffet. It was not like at home. There would be like katogo, then there's like sweet potatoes, then there's like, you know how it is in the village. So that was always exciting for us. I think it was mostly the treat of soda on Christmas, the nice food, the clothes, and the road trip. The road trip was always the highlight of our Christmas. Yeah.
It still is my highlight. So.
It is?
All the memories you've spoken about, eating until you fall over.
Oh my God,
you know, and then as you said, like the whole December, it's like the world becomes brighter and my mom wasn't so strict, and then and the kitchen always used to smell like warm, and she used to bake cakes and she'd allow us to lick the inside of the mixer. So that was really cool. But one thing that I saw that has carried on somehow, you know how you do things and then they stay on forever. When we were young in December, we used to make handmade cards and we used to make our own grotto at home. So years later, I started making handmade cards for a living. But it started from, you know, in December, the mom would bring manila paper and sequins and things like that from Sarit Center. And you sit and you make your card and then would send to our people in Uganda. I don't know if they would receive them. We're in Nairobi by then. Yes, so we would send, and you know those days the mail can take forever to arrive. I think they would arrive like in
February.
Okay, I think it was a bit better. So if like you send first week of December, by Christmas or New Year's, it would have arrived. So,
and then we put on our Christmas tree.
Of course. But you know, that whole thing of us all, like every evening, everybody would like fall on the carpet and you make your project, this one's making their project. Then mom would call like if you're being good and she allows you to work on the grotto. So those are like Christmas for me. When I remember baking and warmth.
Wow.
You know, that like really warm and cuddly feeling. So yeah, and the mom was not so strict in December. Yes.
You know, speaking of loosened parents, that reminds me, my dad, you know how ordinarily, loosened a bit. You know how like dads would come like our time.
Yes.
When a dad enters the house, everybody scatters and goes. For some reason in December, we would sit down and watch TV with our dad and chat and talk for some reason. But only in December.
Something about this.
Only in December. The rest of the year, it was scatter this. They're blaming you for this. What haven't you done? Who's mistakes? Come, go and talk to your father. Your father, go and report yourself. But in December, things
But as
were
the women
warm
say,
and calm and, you know.
There's I think also
something
them there's
changing.
less pressure at work.
Yeah, maybe because actually in the past, so now we take leave at different times, but most times, like our parents, they'll take leave over the Christmas holidays.
True.
So I think they were more relaxed and more, because I remember.
True.
Yeah, and then there would be some money. Yeah, there would be some money.
True.
Yeah.
No quarreling with children.
So I remember like my parents had to, like they because our parents came from, you know, a completely different background. And let's be honest, the festivities of Christmas is a foreign concept. The way it's really that Jesus was born and we celebrate and go to church, ordinarily African tradition. But us, there is now like a cheer that is more than that. It is like happy holidays, you guys. Enjoy. Yes, it is more than Jesus now. It's more than I don't want to say just, it's more than the real thing that it should be than Christmas. Yeah, so it's a whole festivities. And I remember for us, like my parents have always been the type that where we were, they were exposed, they had TV. So they used to see how people used to behave in outside countries. So when we were growing up, my parents always had that thing of how we wanted our lives to be. Let us do it in these children. So we had like the real whole works. We had Santa Claus was a thing. Merry Christmas. Yes, going to get like a Christmas tree, we always had like, my parents were also not about bad life. We never had kakomera to go and whatever. So I don't know that experience. We would real go and buy like a tree. They come set up, would buy those decorations and accessories, the ornaments, and all of us were there to put them on the tree. And then there were presents, dear. Yes, and we would leave, my dear. Now, us before, we were not feeding. We used to put soda. Then my younger sisters, at a certain point, were really putting milk and cookies for Santa Claus. Yes, and they would send us to bed early and tell us, Father Christmas is coming. If you don't go to bed early, you won't get anything. And we would, you guys,
And we really leave
6 a.m. on the 25th of December, we would come out in our pyjamas. My mom used to bake as well. There were Christmas carols and everything. We had real presents, not just clothes. We had clothes separately because we had to go to church. And then we had like the real Christmas, but it was like the whole, how you see in Christmas, all that was missing was snow. How you see on TV. Yeah. So I think maybe that's where everything used to come from. And it was such a vibe, like such an energy of, you know. Yeah. And then we'd maybe go away. So it was either we had it at home, but my father never used to like his wife to suffer because she's the one having to cook, to clean. She's not spending time with us. And yet for us, it was about togetherness and just being together. So we would like go away and relax, you know, put our feet up, do what. Yeah, but when you say that your mom was relaxed, I now remember my dad was so cool in December. So cool. Yeah, but I love Christmas. Still do.